and welcome back to Jan's Views on Crime, Jay Slater Investigation, Ayub Kasim Speaks, #7. Guys, it's Christmas! Okay, it's Christmas in, I think, 6 days. So I'm still doing this. I'm still going to be dissecting what Ayub had to say because it is just so bad. And I thought, you just have to do it, Jan. But before we start, I want to ask you how you all are. Are you looking after yourselves? Guys, I went out today. Brass monkey weather again. So very cold. Don't like it. Just stop it. Anyway, so I hope you're okay. And if you do go out, make sure you wrap yourselves up tighter than my daughter wraps Christmas presents, because I've said it the wrong way, actually, because she wraps Christmas presents that take forever to open. But you didn't want to know about that, did you? One thing I wanted to ask you actually is whether or not you have seen some of my other videos. But Jan, what is tea and treason? I hear you ask. Tea and treason is this woman here by the name of Ems, who is a psychologist. Now, that's perfectly fine. I have no problems with that whatsoever. Do your thing. Well done. We need you. A lot of us need you. But the reason why I focused in on her initially was and continue to focus in on her is because she uses her channel not as a psychologist who's trying to help people, who's going to, giving them life skills and, change your automatic thoughts and all this kind of stuff. What she does is she just hates on Harry and Meghan. So I was like, I don't like this. So anyway, check it out. Check out my Tea and Treason series. I think it's in the playlist. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with what this video's meant to be about. And it's about Ayub. And here he is, happy as the day is long, with his friend Cullan, who they met in prison. They met in prison. So let's get on with this. I've rambled enough. 4 minutes in, and we still haven't started it. So get on with it, Jan.
Reasons why I might not have my actual number and use it as the Airbnb thing, because journalists started calling my auntie because I've used her number as an Airbnb. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do know what you're saying. And I did go over this in my previous in #6. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving that a view as well, I'd be very appreciative. So yeah, just as a reminder, here is Ayub explaining that he quite often just puts his aunt's name on things, like, he phones her up. Oh, aunt, I want to hire or book a B&B, so I'm going to use your card. Is that all right? All right then, bye. This is him explaining it.
Saying I've got a big habit of ringing people and saying, "Oh, I'm signing up for something. Give me the code that's just landed on your phone."
I've done that. Netflix accounts, Amazon account.
My aunt.
Really? See, this is these two peas in a pod. I'm beginning to wonder.
They weren't happy, mate. She's like, "Why have I got journalists ringing me? Why is my number being given out? You just fucking asked me for a code. What's this?" Do you know what I mean? So he rang my auntie saying, "Oh, if I don't come forward, he's gonna start digging about and that." And I did bring him and I said, "Look, mate, like, do you know what I'm saying, chill out." Do you know what I'm saying? And I kind of did. And he said to me, "Look, I'm doing this for the family." So because he said he's doing it for the family, I've spoken to him under those reasons under those pretenses. You know what I'm saying? And
under those pretenses. It wasn't under the pretenses. I think we're talking about Michael Thomas Williams. I've done it wrong again. Michael Williams Thomas. I think that's who he's talking about, guys, who is an ex-cop who was on the scene, and he's the one that the press like. The press have interviewed him and he was saying he knows more than everybody else knows. So yeah, I think that's who Ayub's talking about here. So he's obviously got a hotline. He's got like a Batmobile phone that he can phone this guy. Okay.
and I thought if it's gonna make easier things for them, then why I spoke to him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm not gonna withhold information. You know what I'm saying, from him. Like at the same time, like these same people will try and like even on TikTok and they're saying, oh, they're holding information. They're not saying everything. Yo, people don't want to talk because people don't want to talk about people's business. What, you know what I'm saying? That like, did they want you to go off topic and start going into everyone's individual business? Well, that's not my business, let alone anyone else's business. So who am I to talk on it? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, we don't know what you're saying. But I think most of us know by now. And we're like, oh, we're creeping up just over an hour. I think what we are realizing is that you're just giving us nothing. I think this guy is a champion of keeping everything to himself, just throwing out words willy-nilly that don't really mean anything in context. He throws out words, but then doesn't contextualize them. So it's just a word. It's just a word. He may just as well be speaking Russian.
Like people might be arguing about things and someone might say, I clearly heard them like slag that person off, but I'll say, no, I ain't heard nothing, bro. Because why should I add more fuel to the fire? You know what I'm saying?
I've no idea why he's using that analogy. I mean, what is he saying? He's not going to give out any information he knows about what happened on that night or on that morning, because he's not going to throw fuel on the fire, or because it's somebody else's business. I mean, it's just all so random.
Sometimes if you keep your head down, bro, and just get out of people's dramas or business and that, you'll be all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, that's all well and good, but you were in the drama. It's like, you're not getting in anybody else's drama. You were in the drama. And notice, guys, I've said it, I mean, so many times now, just look at his body language. Look at where his eyes are going. And there's a pattern of behavior here. Most definitely, even if you don't understand much about body language, you can see when he is being more and more deceitful, when he's deceitful, when he's telling a story that doesn't really make sense. He looks up and then he squints. He'll bring his eyes down and then he'll squint and then they'll dart off somewhere else. So this is all very, very deceitful, in my opinion.
that is like the answer to like, yo, maybe I don't talk about other things that don't need talking about because I ain't got no right to dwell in night. You know what I'm saying? Like dwell in anyone's. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a journalist. I'm not one that sticking my beak into everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so you get a phone call, yeah?
Yeah, I told you, and I was like,
You feel like, you've done your bit.
yeah, I told him to wait. Why did he wait? Like, that's what I'm thinking at the time, remember? And then after that, obviously it's like 12:01 in the afternoon now. I can hear my pal, he's live, he's on the phone, talking to the boys in England, telling about his holiday. He's chilling. And then,
Oh, so is that the same pal that has phoned up in a concerned state earlier on and told you that matey's gone missing? because we never use names. So is this the same pal, and is now phoning his friends in the UK, telling them what a wonderful time he's having in Tenerife?
Randomly I heard the buzzer go off, and then he's like, yo, and then I come down and I saw Lucy at the door, and I was like, and she mentioned this as well in some other interview or some message, and she said, the first question I asked her was, how the fuck do you know where I live?
The timeline has flown out the window after the truth. The truth went out the window yonks ago, and now the timeline has followed it. Jay's already missing, so he's had his pal ring him, and then Lucy turns up. Okay, Jesus. Imagine trying to make up a blooming. So, can you imagine the police like making a statement of this, and they have to do it in chronological order?
And she's not lying. That is what I did ask her. Like, how the fuck do you know where I live? Because I'm literally in the mountains, and you've just pinpointed where I was, like the exact thingy. And then she said, look, Jay, when he was here earlier, he took a snap of like thingy, and there was like a bit of grass, like the whole mountain that had grass on it, and they were like growing olives. I don't know, growing something on there, whatever grows. And she clocked it from that, and this whole, and she said, like, the way the angle was, it could only be that. And in this Mascot, there's only like as you drive up, there's like 4 or 5 houses in like bunches. So it's like, it can kind of work out if you're astute. You know what I'm saying? And fair play to her. She is like, she was actually like, and she does get like a load of stick for everything and that, but she was like, yo, like front line, like, even later on that night when it's actually hit us, like, yo, this guy is actually gone missing fully. Like, he's actually missing. We like were not climbing, but walking around the side of the mountains, and she was like front line, you know, saying, like, leading us this way. No, we've got to go this way, we've got to go that way.
How did she get there? What
She got what for post on Facebook or something. Because I asked the American woman, I said, who are you? Like, she was with an American woman, and I was like, what's going on here? How do you know her? Like, what's going on? She said, she saw him. Lucy actually said, I posted it on Facebook, and she replied and said, I'm in Tenerife and I've got a car at the moment. But she helped. Fair play to her. So
well, that was lucky, wasn't it? Lucy puts up on Facebook that her friend's gone missing in Tenerife, and this random American woman just happens to bump into her. Where did she bump into her? Was she in the hotel? Was she out on the street? I mean, who's this random American woman? And then not only does she bump into her, but she says she happens to know the story. And so she says to her, well, I can give you a lift. So I can't even be bothered. I'm too tired. I meant to be wrapping my presents. I can't even be bothered to try and make out what happened here. But we're meant to believe that this random American woman bumped into Lucy and offered her a lift all the way like to the mountains. Yeah, right. I really believe that.
she said, after like, I said, how'd she, like, she didn't even tell me then how she found where my house was then. I'm still scratching my head. But she was like, where's Jay? Like, he's gone missing and that. He ain't, like, since I was spoken to him this morning. Like, and I was like, what? I was like, look, fucking, he was sleeping on that chair there, and his blanket and his pillow, like, the same way he was there, was left the way he was there. And I extra left it like that because I thought, hang on a minute, if this guy's missing, there's his blanket and his pillow. That's how he left it there. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my evidence.
Well, that's weird. Everything's weird. He did previously say, I think it was in #5, that he said to him, that sofa's yours, isn't it? That sofa's yours. Now all of a sudden it's a chair. And he's saying that because he thought, oh, this is a bit dodged now that he's gone missing, I'm just going to leave his blanket where it was so that when the police come, look, that's the evidence, guys. That's the evidence there that he spent the night. And they're really going to believe that, aren't they? Because they're not going to think that somebody would have thought in advance to just put a blanket on the chair. Yeah, all right then. I'm out of here. Get off my screen. I told you guys, I can't put up with it for too long. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Give me a comment down below. Let me know whether the further we get into this interview, it becomes more believable, because I tell you what, it doesn't for me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it now and be back with #8 very, very soon. You take care of yourselves out there, because trust me, it's a rotten old world. So until the next one, bye-bye for now.